But let's talk real quick. We wanted to play a snippet of the Kendrick and Cole track that's on Jeezy's album called American Dream, and we didn't get to it, so let's roll this. All right, so this is on Pressure, out on the 15th.
Don't do that.
Sup, Joe?
No, time out.
Sup, Joe?
Time out. Don't do that.
Why?
You see Pinky?
Sup?
I see. Start out with a smile.
What's up, nigga? She is trash.
I wish you could just record everything that happens before the show.
Well, you have
Never keep the same energy.
Check this out. Now listen, normally, and I'll say this.
This shit got bumped to the top of the joint.
Yeah, word. When it's on the bottom, what the fuck is going on in here? But it's cool. We can talk about it. Listen, I'm happy for Pinky.
Fuck out of here.
I can't get a pound?
Nah, fuck
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. There's hella Cole fans
to
who are Sid's around here somewhere. We have Cole fans who work on the show.
Who's around here?
Sid. He's a big Cole fan.
Oh, that's why you're dressed like that?
You're a big Cole fan. They have been really pressed over the last couple months, knowing they gotta be
using
tight.
your little internet buzzword.
Y'all gotta be
so
tight-lipped.
You're so triggered.
Y'all gotta be tight-lipped about that Cole
shit. This is the time to rejoice. We cannot bring up all of the past. We cannot bring up the past.
So now they want to talk about Cole. Let's talk.
So now let's talk about Cole. I normally say on this show that we don't like to judge music when you hear it that way. It's not high quality audio at all. But it's a Cole and Kendrick feature on a Jeezy album, so I was glued. And I heard enough. That nigga, now when Cole do that, Cole is what? Top two, period. I don't feel like he does that enough.
And that's a problem. No, that's a problem, right?
Wait, no, let's not. No, because we do that a lot. Let's stay in the rejoice part for a minute. We'll hate on him in a second. But let's pick him up. This is big. When I heard this, I said, oh, he knew Kendrick was on this motherfucker there. Oh, yeah, Jeezy gave him that information. And then Jeezy sat here and said yesterday, oh, that nigga knew. I said, yeah, we know he knew. He sounded like he knew. This was not, what was the name of Cole's last album?
For Your Eyes Only.
This wasn't that. Yes? Right? Agreed, at least?
I agree.
And this is what I spoke about in the podcast for a little bit yesterday. This is what I noticed about Cole. And I think this is an honest, fair, objective criticism. Cole has not rapped like that probably since the mixtapes or his very, very first project. And I'm going to say the mixtapes. But he became a much better artist along the way. Hove groomed him to be a stellar act. And I remember all of those stories. I remember Cole being mad because he, or maybe feeling a way about not being on his Hove album. Or I remember the process. Shit, Cole told us about the process.
Yeah, I mean,
he walked us through it.
Yeah.
He showed us. He told us about struggling for a single. We like all that.
He's always said it, yeah.
So we got to watch, we got, and I relate to that because I got my record deal as a nigga that had never made a song. So I think he became this phenomenal artist, but he rapped better then. That's the little issue, I think, or not issue, but that's the distinction that I hear in Cole. This is both of those levels matching, artistry and lyricism. And when he does that, you're not fucking with him. And I feel like Kendrick, even on the end, and I don't know if there's a verse before that because we haven't heard the whole song, but even Kendrick come in with a different vibe and a different bop with the singing, and he killed that. I really enjoyed Kendrick attacking it differently on the end, but I felt like Kendrick you maybe got wind, you maybe heard Cole was gonna be on there, and you decided to get sexy and freaky with it, and when two niggas do that, and again, wait, time out. I meant to say this to Jeezy yesterday, that integrity and that respect that Jeezy garners is why that happens there on a Jeezy album. Because like Jeezy sat here yesterday and said, it's a phone call. I wrote a record for YG. He didn't want to call it Chains. It's about relationships and networking for how you stay afloat in this business. He talked about all of this shit. Yo, I called Cole. You know what I mean? So however we are judging him, he answered all of my shit. However we judging him on the outside, you cannot judge him that way because he's a street nigga. He came in with the streetest of the street niggas. He's not moving to be seen and heard and popular, and he wasn't talking to y'all.
Hey, this particular
record, this is crazy. I didn't mean to come full circle and get back to Jeezy, but rejoice for Cole, rejoice for Nadeska, man. Yeah. Clap it up for Nadeska and all of the Cole fans everywhere. Like, yeah, I'm a Cole fan.
Hey, listen, this is why when Cole had said that he ain't competing with nobody or whatever, he's such in his own lane, I was like, well, if you aren't, maybe you should. Because I 100% believe that he knew Kendrick was going to be on this track, and he knew that Kendrick was going to come with it, and he came with that. So
he bugging on this.
That's what I'm saying. So
he wilded out.
When he's in a space and he's like, nah, I'm just kind of doing my own thing, I'm just putting my own, again, and even though you do it a lot, and a lot of people on social media do it, they just call mediocre shit trash. His last album wasn't trash to me, just not what we expected from him.
It wasn't trash, but it wasn't.
Maybe it takes a competitive edge. And you, MC, like, you probably spit a different verse when you go in the booth knowing you're on the track with somebody else. Or
time out, because that's one of the things I take pride in my career.
What?
That part that he's saying, that competitive edge part. I've never deleted a verse. I've never rewritten a verse. I was going to make sure that it was somebody else doing the rewriting and doing the editing. When I know niggas is going, I'm going. I don't have to hear what you're doing. Just send me the beat and we going. Somebody else gonna have a hard time. Yeah, I think that was happening there.
Exactly.
You're fucking right.
Exactly. So, I mean, how do we keep this cold though? Or is this cold? We just get it on that one track because Kendrick's there. So that's where I'm at with it, because
well, don't say that like Cole. Like, don't do that.
No. Because I want this level of Cole, which we all know it could attain.
I think Cole's next album is it will never say make or break because he's made it. His next album is pivotal. It will be pivotal for him.
Journalist Joe, you learned some new words, bro.
What? Were you
talking
to Nadeska? Because I don't think you were. You're like chiming. I don't understand.
Journalists, my ass. Journalists work with facts. You just work with wild opinions and theatrics, my man.
I don't know how in tune Cole is. He does seem one of these niggas who are distant from social media. He was doing the whole bummy look, so maybe he doesn't really look at the social media polls.
Oh,
they have been slandering this
media post. All right, let's move on.
They've been slandering Cole for a long while.
Who cares?
How did you get here? This is a moment to big Cole up.
No.
There's nothing to slander.
But,
stop.
We ain't just dick riding. I'm saying what's coming next.
You just said the internet.
Okay, that's a good moment. Trash. That's a good moment. But what's happening?
Wait
next?
on it.
He got to do that. You got to do that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm projecting.
I think he's going to.
Cole.
Oh, she just want like, all right, Cole, you did it. You finally did it.
I think Cole is going to do it because this is not a flash in the pan. That's the problem. That's the problem here. You are speaking as if this is a flash in the pan. Maybe because to you he doesn't do this often enough. I understand that criticism. It's not a.
See, the last album he gave us a bunch of songs and this wasn't there.
Man, I'm on the now. I think he realizes that too. I think he realized that. Artists realize shit. So I think he gets that. This ain't a flash in the pan. I think he can do this whenever the fuck he feel like doing it.
Facts.
I don't think he always feel like doing it. And I'm not gonna get mad at him for that. This ain't like sports where if you go out there and half-ass, they're just gonna kill you for the rest of your career. No, it's hard to get up sometimes. Pause. You getting up when Jeezy call and say, "Here, I got this joint." Thinking me, you, Kendrick. I would love to have seen J. Cole's face when he got that, when Jeezy called him. Said,
why?
Wait, my phone was breaking up. Wait, who you said? Oh, you said you and Kendrick. Send it to you in 10 minutes.
He's absolutely capable.
Hey, you will have it tonight. When that nigga started doing this shit, and that came out. And that's crazy on bad audio. I can't wait. Jeezy album is what, Friday?
Yep.
Well, god damn it, you gotta purchase